Hi, this is Nick here with Triaxis Machine and Tool, and recently I was asked about showing how to import stock models for these work zones. So the stock model comes from the Geometry tab or the Stock tab. If you right click on either one of them and hit Edit Active Geometry, you get it bounces you to the Geometry tab. You have optional surfaces and you have the stock. This stock tab controls the stock in your work zone. So if you use solid block, which is what I did in this zone, your solid model on the stock takes on basically the bounding box of your CAD model. If you want it to be bigger than that or smaller, you have to go into these tabs here. Let's right click on this, modify, and go into either draw up a CAD model and bring that in with this option, and you can go and hit add and add your stock model. Or if you have a user block, I like to use this a lot. It makes a bounding box, which this is your outside shape dimensions, 8 inches by 8 inches by, that's the thickness of the block currently. If your stock is bigger than that from the saw, you can just go right here and type in 8.250, and it starts to add in both directions evenly. That'll be 8.250, and now you have additional stock on the outside. Or you could type in just specifically in each direction how you want it to go. And I'll hit cancel. So that's user block. You can do a 3D stock model. You can do a 3D stock import from another work zone. You can do a casting or a surface offset and just give it a number that you want it to offset that block by. But usually, almost all the time, I'm using either a solid block, which is the overall shape of your part, or you go into the user block and just go into the parameters here. And if you don't want it to be square, there is this tab that's kind of unnoticed. If it's a round stock, you can click on this one here and just adjust that round diameter however you want it to be. If you double click on the surface of any of these, like say I'll double click on that, you can just say, hey, there's an additional 0.2 stock there, hit OK, and it'll offset it in that direction. Or you can just you can pull your whole model around with the arrows, get it however you want it, or if you want to go back to say reset. So hopefully this video shows how to use the stock models, and that's about it. Hit OK. If you adjust your stock model in your zone, it's going to recalculate any of your global rough toolpaths, because the roughing is coming from your stock model.